is sound, video, and everything is fine. There is sound, video. Okay, seems everything is okay. Good morning to everyone. Eventful day for Bitcoin yesterday. Let's see what happened. So, yeah, on the daily we were pretty bullish and we pumped, and I was really warning against this pump, having in mind also Inspo Crypto on-chain analysis, but also the weekly on this market cipher indicator. So the weekly was showing second AOX, which it's very probable that we turn to the downside, and that's how it is. We got rejected exactly. Wow, we got rejected very hard. I thought we were going to even go to 20.5 or to 21k, and we got rejected before that, which shows that really the bears are in control. You can see this 4 hour, we were just going in the green in the money flow here, and we got hammered. And I think this clearly shows that after this snake eyes, two blood diamonds, clearly shows that bears are in full control. I mean, bears are bulls are not in control, bears are in control. 3 hour, it's not looking good. I mean, this money flow was so weak, and got rejected immediately. Just got hammered immediately. It's crazy. 1 hour, yeah, the 1 hour is also looking quite weak, and we just had a pop in this momentum, in this upside momentum, and then we immediately fall down to the downside momentum. So I guess we are going to stay to the downside. Now on the 45 minute there is something interesting, some divergence on the momentum versus the price, but the money flow is going down, which is not exactly what I would like to see. I would like to see also the money flow goes up, but we have pretty nice divergence on the momentum right now. The money flow is quite deep in the red, it's minus 20 something, and I guess we can continue this move to the downside. Like, we can start, if we have a red dot, start printing red dot, and we have another wave like that, which will work fine for the money flow to go down even more to the red. Yeah, that's I think this level is key. If we go through 18.5, we had so many times tested, back tested 18.5. If we start breaking this level, it will not be good for Bitcoin. Let's see the daily. So the daily, I was expecting even 21.8, 22k, but as you can see, we got rejected from the bears quite early, I would say. 20 point something. We just went to the 20k and then we dumped. So this is the reaction is quite bearish. This is what I want to say. There might be some opportunity for scalp to the long side, but it looks pretty bearish, and I would be very careful with the longs. Really careful. As I said, there is some small opportunity, but seeing how this looks, it's frightening. You know, to go long right now. We have some money fall going up, less money fall coming in, but I just don't know. This 15 minute can turn very bad for Bitcoin, can turn to the downside, and let's see what is the market doing. I think it was red yesterday, it's red again today, so I will not rely on it going up. It may go up, but may go up to 19.3 or 19.2k, but it's a very risky scalp. I would not take it. I would rather take a short than a long, because we are hovering near this level of 18.5 so many times, and I think it's time. Now seeing the weekly, this week we had very hard rejection with this week, and I think it's time to go deeper down. Unfortunately, this is how the chart looks. It looks bearish. Very bearish. Got rejected here, fell down to the support at 80.5, and now I'm sniffing to break it. Maybe I'll have a short. Maybe I'll have a short here if we have a red dot. I don't know. But on the other hand, the 1 hour is yeah, it might pump. Tricky, very tricky situation as always with Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. I'm not trading anything for now. I want to see if we break this support at 18.5, then maybe I'll take a short scalp to 17.8, but for now there is divergence on the MACD. This is bullish divergence, and maybe it's good idea to have a long scalp, but with this bullish divergence, but it looks too bearish for me. I don't like how it looks, honestly. What do we have here? Volume delta is falling down. Holding this trend line, I'm wondering when we're going to break this. So the Google Trends, yes, I think we are starting this wave to the downside. It can be seen from here that we bottomed, from the last wall at 17.6. This was the week with the wall, and now we're continuing up. Which means it's logical that we should be dumping more and printing the last leg to the downside. That's it, guys and girls. What we have here? Yeah, there is some bullish divergence here, definitely, but I don't know. It looks heavy Looks heavy. Everything depends on the 5 minute. If the 5 minute continues down and start dumping down, we're going down. If not, then I guess we can have a long scalp on the 5 minute, but just on the 5 minute with a stop loss, not more than that. And I want to wait for this wave to come down. Let me play Inspo crypto analysis on chain metrics, and I'll get back and have breakfast.
Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspo Crypto. Yes, it sounds very dramatic, but it isn't. The market is a box fight, and we are looking forward to hear the bell. So, yeah, the market a little bit doing as expected. Unfortunately, I don't like it all, but it is what it is. We can't change that. We can see what's happening at the moment. Just driving the price in a very, very, in a way that they are controlling it, as you can see just here, pushing to the downside, I guess, and it is the case, of course. SPY, SPX dumping hard, so Bitcoin maintaining at the moment, just maintaining. The question is how much they will resist to follow. I think that SPY is going just to retest its 363 support area, and then we need to see if they break this one. Bitcoin will go down very hard, so we need to see what's going to happen next. However, we had today, I was close to switch to German, very close, no, sorry, we have seen today a very exciting conference organized and provided by the Bank of France, with Jeremy Powell, Lagarde, Carstens, and so on and so forth. That was, in my opinion, one of the best conferences I have seen related to crypto since a while, where central bankers could also talk about their expectations and where they have some doubts. And that was, in my opinion, very interesting and very important at the same time. And yeah, I mean, they talked about different topics related to crypto, stablecoins on one side, where we see a big gap, also about the opinions between central bankers. Singapore, realistic bullish. Carstens, very bearish on stablecoin, because of course stablecoins would be a big competitor of CBDCs at the same time. That's something they don't want at any price. And at the same time, we have seen, for example, as well, the topic of DeFi, where banks are very bullish on DeFi at the moment. Not only at the moment, but in general, because that's for them the future. And I can also explain why. And it's not the first time. It's not the first time that central bankers did some studies how or what they need to provide also to the private banking sector, the tools to make a decentralized finance, how to provide that, how to make it successful. And that was one of the triggers why I started to buy Fusion, for example. The European Central Bank just once provided and published this study, the use of DLT in post-trade processes. And they just, part of the study, they started also to check current available crypto projects that will support the whole idea of to use these kind of DLT based solutions for post-trade scenarios. And if we go forward, we can see very, very also indicating a little bit the final picture of their architecture they have in mind. That's very techy, but if you like that, I can and will try just to post the link. It's not new, it's from last year, if I'm not wrong, and they started really just to check different projects. One of them is Atom Cosmos, for example, system for on-chain communication of different blockchain by Cosmos, interoperability platform by Polkadot. It's interoperability, it's the main thing. It's what where mainly these companies, the private banking sector, will be extremely bullish on. And you see, we have different projects here: ILP, open source solution for connecting blockchains by Fusion, for example. Also here, talking about the DCRM, decentralized control rights management, for example, talking about Chainlink, talking about, for example, Quant. So we have here a huge use case we can see related to different crypto projects, where, in my opinion, that give us. Oh, and Bitcoin is reacting as expected. Once again, oh, they are surprising us. And so we need to track the development of central bankers, because they will start not only to bring some pilot projects, but also working on standards. Standard is the keyword here. Standard is required for the transformation of the banking sector. And as soon as we know that Atom, Quant, Fusion, ILP, and so on and so forth is going to be the new standard, jump in, because that's absolutely the best thing you can do in the future, because that's what banks will need to transform their institutions for the DeFi, the next DeFi. And it's clearly that the DeFi that the central bankers and private sector is talking about, it's a different DeFi that we know from the crypto space. So we will keep tracking all this. Just have that in mind. I will post in my YouTube channel exactly, and do you know what? I will post that on Twitter just in a few minutes, so that you guys have all this information available. So, and another topic I would like to talk in my introduction is the CB consumer confidence. Some people were a little bit irritated. First of all, why it's better than expected. Well, I can't tell you why it's better than expected. Like the new home sales, expected 500k, they sold, or it seems registered new home sales 685,000. That's really big. However, all this data looking great. It's not great for the markets at the moment. However, sorry, someone called me. However, so the point is, good news is good for the US dollar at the moment. So everything that comes out that's better than expected, it's going to be worst case for markets and best case for the US dollar. Why? Because it gives the Fed the availability to be even more hawkish than just before. So the market is strong, the economy is strong, we can bring more pain to the markets, and that's the slogan behind. So yes, it is bullish and bearish at the same time, I would say. And as you can see, I mean, SPY once again just dumping, Bitcoin will follow, SPX of course, DXY lifting up, and that's what's going to happen. Could be a game changer with GDP. For example, PCE and GDP Thursday and Friday is going to be even worse than expected. In such case, it will be a game changer, or something we need to see. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, but However, let us take a quick look what's happening to the market right now. And weights ratio daily and weights ratio 1 hour. So where's my epic pen? Here. So weights ratio 30 days moving average lifting up after we had yesterday once again a very high weights ratio 30 days moving average, daily to 56 was yesterday, 37 was before, so extremely bearish, and indicating they were selling more bitcoins to the centralized exchanges. So what we see here is that the weights ratio 30 hours moving average lifted up, declined, is lifting up once again. I have warned, higher highs, higher lows, breakout, down. That's what's happening. That's what they did last time. It wasn't that big like last time, but it was exactly the same pattern, exactly the same. Just, however, we are not done. We need to see if we are going to bounce. I thought 19.8 and we will go up once again. But at the moment we are at 19.7. It looks like we are going back to 19.2. If that's the case, or maybe a little bit higher, 19.3. If that's the case, that's really pain in the ass, really pain in the ass. However, we need to see. However, once again, as you see, I'm a little bit distracted today. Stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges lifted up, so a little bit indicating they were preparing here this move, and still lifting up. Not big at all, not big at all, indicating we could be done already, and we need to see how far they want to go. But the main point here is stablecoin supply is declining even more. So they are taking money, capital out from the markets, once again receiving some stablecoin outflows from Binance, and and that's what's happening at the moment. So it doesn't look bullish at all, unfortunately. They did once again the same move like we had few weeks ago, where you remember I flipped to bullish, and when they started to do it, I said, okay, I'm flipped to bearish once again. And that's what happened exactly today. Once again, I don't like, without retest, to push up like hell, without any retest. Just go up and maintain there, make higher highs, higher lows to liquidate the late shorts. And then when they are noticing, okay, people are flipping back to bullish, then they let the price dump once again. They did it again, once again. That's the market conditions we have right now. Let us go forward and check the flow activity. So what we see, and as mentioned, and I did that today in my tweet, I mentioned that already. They did it just again. That was front running with sending almost 4,000 bitcoins just close before we started to lift up. And since there, we had here, for example, a few hours ago, almost 1,750 bitcoins. Here another 2,000 bitcoins. Here in the last 2 hours another 2,400 bitcoins. So I mean, as mentioned, the whole market is in hands of few, and they will show us the path, not we are going to do it. So also here 34 or almost 35 million stablecoin inflows, another 50 million inflows to centralized exchanges. Also here indicating they were just really making this kind of fake ready once again, where our main fake ready initiator was once again involved. That's the market maker entities. We can check them once again. Oh, I don't know why Crypto Quant is doing this kind of failures at the moment. So now it appears here. And as you see, not big at all. They sent here that had a fund flow of 600 bitcoins, here another 600 bitcoins, matches very well to the flow activity, but they were the main driver of this 4,000 bitcoin inflows we had yesterday night, just a few hours before we started to lift up. And well, the consequence, yeah, we know what the consequence is. We can see that on the chart right now. I have warned about the open interest, leverage ratio, and everything that we can see at the moment that's declining, of course, because once again, bulls right now bleeding. I mean, funding rate lifted up, it's declining. Open interest lifted up, it's declining. Leverage ratio lifted up, it's declining, because they're right now just liquidating them. We had bigger Bitcoin inflows to derivative exchanges, while, for example, less stable coin inflows related to derivative exchanges. Also something that was wondering me a little bit, but you can see here someone is, it seems, shorting big with almost 10,000 bitcoins in the last 2 hours. Just before the big pump, someone just removed 6,000 bitcoins from derivative exchanges, so they flipped to shorts, it seems. And well, we can see what's happening. It's crazy. It's really crazy what they are doing with the market. It's just crap. We can see at the moment this, let me refresh this chart because it looks delayed. Now it looks better. With the starting of this dump with 200 bitcoins in liquidation, longs liquidation, so after they liquidated shorts, now it's time to liquidate longs. So we also see the aggregated here, how, for example, open interest in leverage ratio lifted up, funding rate indicating they were demanding more longs than shorts, and that's what happened finally. If we take a look to Binance, it's exactly the same, and right now declining just because they are liquidating them. So let us take a look to BitMEX. Yeah, I mean, a little bit more short, so I would be extremely careful here. It wouldn't surprise me if we go down to 19.3 and then go up once again to 20k to shake out on both sides. So be extremely careful in this operation here, very careful. But as you see, shorts are coming a little bit more than longs. However, it was looking not that good today when I checked that the first time, because it was indicating still much more longs than shorts right now. Shorts taking over just because of the current dump. We can check now here Binance what they are doing, while we can go over and check what's happening here. DXY retesting 114, 250. So it can go a little bit more up, and in my opinion Bitcoin should at least stop here. That would be exactly at 19.3, and we'll see if that's going to happen. I mean, thanks God. I'm using yeah, I'm hedging all the time. I'm still longing, so they will be liquidate me at 18,950 while I have a bigger shot running. So we will see. I mean, I would cover the long and make a little bit of gain, or would be extremely cool if they are not going to liquidate my long, so I can take profit from my short and then take profit from my long. That's the idea behind. We will see. However, Kingfisher. Whoa, Kingfisher. What is Kingfisher showing? Okay, that's crazy. Someone is, it seems, shorting with low leverage but big. And we have here now a cluster, very interesting, on the long side, very close to our current price. Shakeout, I told you. So be extremely careful here, because it wouldn't surprise me if we go directly up to 20k. Not saying that's it. So we need to be extremely careful here. They are going to slap both sides of the face. FTX, let us see if it matches. And yeah, no, it doesn't. We see here low leverage longs on FTX. However, that matches very well, so we could go down to 19.3, even a little bit lower, 19.2, to liquidate this part, and afterwards to go up again. But I don't know why, to be honest, because we don't have anything here. We need to push up directly to 2300 to start to liquidate some short. So also here we need to see. However, it seems the bears are much more on Binance, while the bulls are much more presented on FTX at the moment. So let us go forward. So let us take a look what's happening to the CBDs in my space. That was my last note, where I said, oh, we had a breakout, we are now retesting, looks solid, and well, afterwards and down. Yeah, I don't like it all. I really had so a little bit of hope that they are going to go to 20,500, retest at least that area. They didn't. We not even reached 20,400. It was a very accurate forecast yesterday, indicating 20,200, maintain there, maybe go a little bit more up and then dump. It wasn't part of my plan, to be honest. It wasn't absolutely part of my plan. But yeah, you can see what they did here. I mean, FTX wasn't really supporting the whole price structure, started very late and now just selling. However, and I said that I would be extremely careful what they are doing at the moment, really careful, because it wouldn't surprise me if they are going to bounce very aggressive to shake out the shorts. Because if we are really going now to retest our current bottom, then be sure that exchanges will not allow just to give you the opportunity to take profit. Absolutely not. It's the best case for them right now, really, to shake out both sides. As mentioned, slap both sides of the face. So FTX right now distributing nothing big. So after what they did, that's Binance right now. Also here you can see they are selling. They need to sell, otherwise the price, but look what they are doing. I mean, the whole dump right now mostly driven by Bitcoin collateral futures. That's crazy. And we know who likes to do that, right? We know that. We know. We don't know who is behind, but we know what entity is behind. Something Bitfinex. I mean, look, aggregated CBD spot, Bitcoin collateral, stablecoin collateral futures, and what Bitfinex did. Nothing. They not even cared about. And Coinbase, also different to what we know from Coinbase, they are distributing. They are selling what they just bought before at 18,000. If that's not smart, I don't know what it is. In my opinion, it's really smart. So let us take a look what happened to our entities, and we can see that this guy's reducing a little bit, nothing big. This guy's reducing a bit, nothing big. This guy's maintaining. So retail are still very bullish. This guy's declining even more because they bought the dip, great profit entity, and the market maker entity just lift up a little bit its balances, so nothing big. And these guys, mostly exchanges, right now declining a bit because they are selling, and so someone is also at the same time buying. So you can imagine they are selling, so they are just meeting a new owner of the bitcoins, and they are taking these bitcoins out of the exchanges. That's why this entity is reducing its balances.
Yeah, thanks for the analysis. You can see how it dumped. Now on the 5 minute we have this green dot, and I'm going long on a scalp. Let's see the 1 hour. Yeah, looks fine. So long. Yeah, I'm longing from here because I think there might be some opportunity for small scalp. Small, I mean maybe this level at 19.2 even. Let me see. So I'm going to take profit at 19.2. Okay. 15 minute, 30 minute also looks fine. I don't like that the money flow is going down. This is bearish, but at least I think we can catch something. We can catch some money in the net. So my target is 19.2. I think this is enough for me. Target 19.2, and stop loss would be my liquidation at 17.95. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Attack. That's it from me. Have a good day going forward.